Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be the Toronto Raptors facing off against Baron Davis and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'll be back at the break with the HP halftime report. Until then, I turn things over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Greetings from Cleveland, everyone. The Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they play this one at Quicken Loans Arena. Looking forward to the weekend. Great to have you with us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad to bring you the NBA. Here are the five for the Raptors. Calderon and DeRozan are the guards. Amir Johnson is out there with Bargnani, and it's Kleza in at the 3 spot. And for the Cavaliers, Baron Davis and Anthony Parker pair up in the backcourt. Jamison and Varejao in the middle. And it's Caspi in at the 3.
Well, Cleveland's season actually started out pretty well last year after losing LeBron James. They were about 500 a month into the year, but then things just went south and they had that horrific losing streak.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Calderon with it. Picked up by Davis. Picked by Bargnani. Calderon kicks to Kleza. He passes to DeRozan. 5 on the clock. Bunny shot. Shot is off. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Steve, going back to that streak, 26 losses in a row spanning December to February. That had to just be a death march.
Man, I'm telling you, and it wasn't like any of those losses. I mean, all those losses were nail-biters. I mean, the vast majority of those losses in that 26-game losing streak were NCs,
right.
No contest.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, teams were just taking aim and beating them down.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, when Byron Scott and I had a chance to catch up a few minutes ago, ball movement is going to be a big part of their offensive game plan tonight, with the reason being limiting their shot blockers. He said if we go straight up on them, they'll turn us away every chance. If we get their bigs moving and playing catch-up, we can get good looks that won't be blocked. That's our goal. Guys?
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
Well, one of the things you got to do here, Kevin, and Steve, you can't afford empty possessions against this team. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, that's for sure, Clark. You got to make them count because you know you're not going to get a lot of open looks. So make sure you make the defense move the ball, try to get good looks, and make them pay.
Here is Davis. Just over 3 minutes left to play here in the first. Parker outside. Knocks down the 3-ball. Parker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, like most coaches, Byron Scott can be a bit of a taskmaster, but he doesn't micromanage a team, and players will have a fair amount of freedom in how they play under his leadership.
Now here's DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Calderon dishes to Bargnani. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Clark, back to what you said about Coach Byron Scott. I think the players like the freedom they are allowed. Steve, I'm sure as a player you like that.
Well, every player wants to know that he can miss a shot or make a mistake and not get pulled from the game. And I think as long as there's an understanding between the coach and the player about what's expected of you, then that's fair. And you just adapt to whoever the coach is at that point.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Iyenga's checked in, and Sessions subbed in for Anthony Parker. The Raptors also changing it up. Ed Davis is checked in for Johnson. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Jose Calderon.
I'll tell you what, guys, for the Raptors last season, a huge drop-off in their road record. I mean, just 6 wins all season long. The prior season, they had won 15 on the road.
First free throw is good. And for the Raptors, 6 wins on the road. Clark, you talked about that. Not unusual. for a team that Steve won only 22 games all year.
Yeah, not at all. And I'm sure with their high-scoring style, well, they gave the opponent's home fans some exciting games to watch, but, that's half the problem. They're so offensive-minded that their games just became track meets, and it's tough to win on the road when you don't defend.
Well, one thing that the Raptors do have is some definite quickness and athleticism in their backcourt. I mean, you look at Jarrett Bayless, DeMar DeRozan, Leandro Barbosa. All three of those guys have tremendous speed.
Now here is Davis. Jamison. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Jamison's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And for this young Raptors team, no question that they have players with potential, but star potential, that's a question.
Well, I think DeRozan has star potential. He's so athletic. He can really get out and run. The question with him was, will he develop the skill set necessary, shooting and ball handling? But he's a young player who has a chance to be a star, I think.
And here's Sessions, following the 3 by Antoine Jamison. Stolen.
A lot of hands down there on the block. That's a tough position to be in offensively.
It's tipped. He gathers. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got his first basket.
What a great look to find him inside like that. I mean, that's the way to find him when you're ready to score, guys.
Here's Sessions, looking for his first bucket of the game. Davis, the pass to Sessions, gets the bucket. It's all knotted up.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
Now Bayless. He's covered by Sessions. Shot denied. They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but they hung in there and maintained contact.
And the basket by Iyengar.
Boy, I like the fluidity I'm seeing from them on offense. It's a thing of beauty. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. They're moving the ball well, finding the open man, making that extra pass. They're playing very unselfishly right now.
Here's Bayless, and he drops it in from the low post. It's now all evened up at 14. That will count. No run. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here's Sessions.
Ramon Sessions, in his year with the Cavs, was able to get some momentum and become a valuable part of that rebuilding team. I like what he brings to the point guard position, size and speed.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Cleveland, Ramon Sessions and Anthony Parker in the backcourt. Antoine Jamison out there with Christian Iyengar. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Weems. Here's Bargnani. And the Raptors hit again from deep. We're getting back to Sessions, Steve. He filled in nicely when Mo Williams was out.
Yeah, I like Sessions. He's a good, tough player that can play either guard spot, can make a shot, can penetrate, and he'll defend as well.
Now here's Sessions. Outside, Jamison. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. 6 points for Jamison.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Daniel Gibson had his best season yet last year and solidified his standing as a dependable shooter off the bench. Coach Byron Scott says he makes shots. He has a good basketball IQ, but the thing I love about him is his competitive nature. He gets after people. He's tough-minded. He's a tough little physical player. We know that Coach Scott values that toughness, guys.
Sounds like he made a big impression. Thanks, Doris.
And I think the big question going forward for Cleveland was, what's next? How do you move on from LeBron James leaving? And the answer for the Cavaliers, they're trying to build up their young talent base. They acquired a pick from the Clippers, so they had 2 lottery picks last summer, and they're trying to get better and build with their youth.
Davis is there. Parker kicks to Hollins. Back to Parker. From deep. And the basket good. Parker's got his second basket of the night. Yeah, that just wasn't the way to tip off the post-LeBron era, Steve. You're right with the kind of year they had. But you know what? Where they got their draft picks in the lottery, you can see they're really working to the future.
Well, they knew it was going to be extremely tough. I mean, you don't lose a transcendent player like LeBron James and expect things to be at the same level. I mean, but it was absolutely brutal. And they did find a couple. You mentioned the draft choices. So they've got some things to think about in a positive vein going forward.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Sessions. Verija with a screen on Calderon. Samuels dishes to Casper. And the 3-ball is good. He has 5.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
Calderon, that's good.
Tell you what, since the end of the first quarter, he has really come alive.
Now here's Sessions. He's guarded by Calderon.
Watch outside.
The rebound by Johnson.
Well, sometimes he really lacks the confidence he needs when he's driving to the basket.
Kleza the pass to Barbosa. Evans a screen on Parker. Now Calderon. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
And here's Sessions. Passes it to Samuels. Over Evans. Again, the Cavaliers score.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Here is Kleza. Working down low. Over Caspi. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. Here's Sessions. Parker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Barbosa picks him up. Barbosa knocks it away. Here's Calderon. The shot is off. And we've finished one half of basketball. And we'll be back momentarily live from Cleveland.
And it's been a great basketball game going on in Cleveland. Now, time for HP at the half. Toronto leading against Cleveland. Teams on fire, torching the rims. Just take a look at that field goal percentage. Andrea Bargnani's coming up big for them. And, of course, Jose Calderon making his presence felt. And the Cavaliers, boy, they're putting up a fight. They've been working the ball inside, getting in close, easy points around the rim. Antoine Jamison certainly paying dividends. Nobody out there has been able to slow him down. And a couple of guys here came to play for their respective teams. We'll try and both keep it going in the third. Thanks for joining us. We'll get you back now to Quicken Loans Arena.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Here is Davis.
Now, the Raptors not only were one of the youngest teams in the league last season, they may have been one of the youngest starting fives in league history. Jared Bayless, DeMar DeRozan, Amir Johnson, Sonny Weems, and Ed Davis. That starting lineup averaged just 22 years of age.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Calderon and DeRozan are the guards. Bargnani is out there with Amir Johnson, and it's Kleza in at the three. Now here's Calderon. Baron Davis unable to get his shot to go. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots the three. Calderon, no good. Of course, the truism in the NBA is that young teams don't win much, but you can keep them together. Perhaps that might make a difference. The Raptors hoping their young players, Clark, can turn things around as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you know, they've got some promising players, and I agree with you. You find a young star talent like a Kevin Durant. I mean, that's what everybody's looking to try to do now. It's a lot easier said than done, but we've seen if you get that kind of player, things can turn around pretty quick.
Well, the top 4 players for Oklahoma City, for instance, 22 or younger.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're right.
It can be done.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, Toronto had to endure the loss of yet another superstar as last summer Chris Bosh exited. The trend of big stars leaving Toronto includes the likes of Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, now Bosh, Hedo Turkoglu is also a player that got away. The fans above the border hoping that the same thing doesn't happen with their emerging group of youngsters on the roster now. We'll see, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Toronto has had some tough breaks in the free agent market.
You know, you hate to see its city lose so much talent, but I think they'll be able to rebound from it.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Just a disastrous season a year ago for the Cavaliers, losing LeBron James and then, of course, plummeting in the standings. And they really struggled at home, too. Just 12 wins total at Quicken Loans Arena.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Sessions is checked in. Knocked away. Outside, Davis. Caspi for 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 4th assist in this one.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Here's Bargnani. Sessions with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Tries in the post.
Just one making 4 tries here to start the second half.
Johnson outside. Johnson left side. He was all alone on that one.
That time he found a gap in the defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
And the Cavaliers with possession. 6-point game. Now Caspi. He's got 9. Back to Davis. Picked by Varejao. Just 5 to shoot. Davis inside. Toronto grabs the miss. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, last season, Baron Davis was traded away from his hometown, L.A., with the Clippers to Cleveland. And that was a trade at the deadline that he actually took surprisingly well and played very well for Cleveland the rest of the year.
And he slams it home. Here's the replay on the Sprite Slam Cam.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Raptors leading by 4.
Well, the Raptors last season did not fare well against Eastern Conference opponents. And that's something that they have to improve upon with this young roster. You've got to establish yourself at home and games against teams in your conference. That's important.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And for the Raptors, Clark, when you look at the Eastern Conference, the competition for that 8th spot, not exactly devastating.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, they may not contend for the playoffs this season, but a move here, a move there, adding a piece, they could be right back in the playoff picture for maybe that 7th or 8th spot.
For the Cavaliers, Hollins is checked in, and it's Samardo Samuels in for Antoine Jamison. And then for Toronto, Sonny Weems comes in for Linus Kleza, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Jose Calderon. Here's DeRozan. Feeds to Bayless. Dishes it to Bargnani. Kicks it to Bayless. 5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off. With the clock winding down, gets it to go. And the Raptors lead by 6. 1:04 left in the third. Outside, Davis. Over to Rosen. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Now, defensively, you have to question the effort, but nice play there.
And Bayless kicks to Bargnani. Here's Weems. Now Bayless. Clock at 6. Over Sessions, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Right side Davis. The pass to Samuels. Again, the Cavaliers score.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Bayless dishes to Johnson. Launches a 3.
Oh, what a big shot to close out the quarter. They're going to the 4th with a little momentum now.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. As the 4th quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin, and it's the Raptors with the Spark Award for the stretch they put together. The last 2 quarters have been about maintaining the lead they built in that first quarter. 1 more quarter to go, and they'll complete their mission, guys.
Terrific stuff, Doris. Thank you. That was quite a run they had, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, scoring bursts like that often tell the story, really. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And that's been the case today. I mean, that's what you'd have to point to, I think, is the defining moment in this ballgame.
Anthony Parker out there with Daniel Gibson. Then it's Christian Ienga. Then it's Samardo Samuels. And it's Verjao in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's DeRozan. Blocked. Inga. And again it's Cleveland.
And that's the goal every time down. Just find a high percentage shot.
Raptors leading by 5. And Bayless kicks to DeRozan. He's picked up by Parker from 17 feet out. Gets it to go.
You know, he's always been like a bad window washer, a streaky shooter. I mean, he's definitely in one of those grooves right now.
Gibson with it. There's the feed to Parker. Davis against Verjao. Here's Parker. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Yeah, they are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Now here's DeRozan. Good look. Again, Toronto.
And this continues to be a shootout.
Well, I'm a fan as well as a commentator, and I love this fast-paced action. I mean, it's going back and forth, back and forth.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Tough season last year for Cleveland. A disaster, really, losing LeBron James and then falling apart as a team. In fact, they couldn't even succeed against the weaker Eastern Conference, scoring just 15 and 37.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He told them, hey, they're running the break on us, so let's give them a taste of their own medicine. Let's run them ragged. The tempo should be up, guys, and this could get interesting.
Antoine Jameson's checked in for Samuels. A new group in now for the Raptors. Bargnani is checked in for Evans. Sonny Weems comes in for Linus Kleza. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Calderon in for Jared Bayless. Now here's Gibson. It's stolen by Davis. It's Leandro Barbosa on the wing. Covered by Parker. Calderon up top, defended by Gibson. That's good. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
Just like they drew it up, fellas.
Davis with the double team. Here's Ienga. Shot clock at 5. Nice shot by Jamison.
Well, he's not the best athlete on the squad, but he had the room he needed, and he took advantage.
Raptors leading by 7. And the Raptors call time here.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Caspi, he's checked in for Cleveland. Davis comes in for Gibson. Then for the Raptors, Amir Johnson's checked in for Davis. Linus Kleza comes in for Sonny Weems. And it's DeRozan in for Leandro Barbosa. Here is Calderon. Picked up by Davis. Davis against Calderon. 6 on the shot clock. Bargnani over Varejao. And that's good from Bargnani on the assist by Calderon.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 9. There's 1:47 left to play here in the fourth. There's 1:47 left in the game. Jamison against Johnson. Antoine Jamison again. Jamison's got 4 this quarter. Here's Calderon. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath, you're right. Now, here is Bargnani. Six to shoot. Calderon. 18 feet away. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got assist number 8 now on the night. Now here is Davis. 3 for Caspi. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
I'll tell you what, three-point shooting a huge factor for them offensively.
And defensively, you got to make an adjustment. I mean, you can't continue to collapse inside and give these guys quality looks.
And there's Bargnani on the assist by Calderon.
Just another one of his many post moves down low.
And here is Davis. He's guarded by Calderon. And there's another one for the Cavaliers. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Picked up by Davis. 4 on the clock. Back to Calderon. Here's the 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Davis up top. DeRozan defending. Outside for Jamison. Trains it from downtown.
He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
And the Raptors call time here. They're up by 3. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bargnani. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Well, not much of a choice there. They pretty much had to foul.
Yeah, that's the only option they had to try to get the ball back to even this thing up.
Here is Calderon. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. The first, that gives him a 4-point cushion. Perfect from the line, and it's a 5-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're behind by 5. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here is Caspi. Shot from the top of the key. Count it! Ends with a big win by Toronto in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Jose Calderon.